Okay.
It's on Ethereum. But heck, it's come back a long way. It was on about 39% profit at one stage during the day.
What's it on now, Rod? I can't see.
Oh, you're on a 1 day chart here.
Yeah, on a 1 day. I set it up on 1 day, but when I did the Tron, I set it up on 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
Where do you see your profit on there, Rod? Where's that?
There.
You need to minimise it.
Oh, down there. Down there.
What did you say it got up to, Rod?
Pardon? It got up to 39%. And I should have, if it had been live, I would have traded it out long before that. But I thought, well, seeing as we're going on tonight and I can share my screen to learn a bit more about bitmex, I thought I'll just let it keep running. Because what I also did, I took out a second take profit line, but it's not showing on the screen. It doesn't seem to show up on the platform.
Yeah, let me take control for a second. I'll have a quick look.
Okay.
So you bought 200 contracts.
Well, originally I bought 100.
Yeah,
and then I bought another, but it doesn't seem to show up on the screen.
No, it won't. See, this is the one trade. You have one trade now at 200.
Oh, okay. So, because they're supposed to be two different take profit lines.
Yeah, you can have two different take profit lines, but you can only have the one trade line, because if you take out a second, if you buy more contracts, that line will just move to the average between the two.
Oh, okay.
So that, if we have a look at where the market is now, it's as high as it's been in the last few days.
Well, how come it said to me earlier today I was on about a 39% profit?
That is probably because was that before you took out the extra 100?
Well, about half an hour before we came, I took out the second 100 well and truly into the afternoon, if it wasn't this morning, and it still showed at one stage about a 20% profit.
Okay, it's a bit hard to see when you're on a daily chart, So, if we jump down to 15 minutes.
Because I also moved my stop loss up above the original trade line, and I would have thought it might have hit that by now.
No, we'll see here. That's your trade line where it says 200.
Yeah.
And this is your stop loss just below it.
Oh, I thought I'd moved it up above it at one stage.
Yeah, but then you might have taken out that second 100, which would have moved your trade position.
Oh, so it would have moved it down again.
Yeah. So if you originally took out 100 contracts down here somewhere.
Yep.
Then up here somewhere you took out another 100 contracts.
Yep.
The line's going to be exactly between the two, so it'll take the average of the two prices and put it in there. So if you want now, you can just drag the stop loss line up above.
Yep.
So now it's a no risk trade. You got to go, a decent little bit past your trade line. Otherwise, the fees and everything will, if I was to put the stop loss about where the cursor is now, you still may end up taking a little loss because of the fees and everything.
Oh, okay.
But but other than that, you can see. So right at the moment, like that's the highest as the market's made it.
Yep.
And we're not much lower than that there at the moment. So
it doesn't seem to have to move much to get it between a really nice profit and dropping back down again, does it?
No. But like it did spike right down there for a while. So your chart just looks a little funny, that's all.
Well, I'm wondering whether my chart's a bit funny because I'm on demo.
Oh yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
Because I've wanted to.
I don't have any of this really small little stuff going on, you know. So it's a bit.
No, well, that's what I was asking you about the other day. What are these bloody little straight lines? You've got to real zoom them up to get them to show you anything.
Yeah, it must be because it looks a lot different to mine does. It must be just that it's a demo. But anyway, once you get the hang of it, you can just go a live account, even if you only throw 50 or $100 in it, you know.
Yeah, well, see, that's the question I was going to ask you. I've taken out a contract of 100 contracts or whatever it is. How does that relate back to your balance?
Okay. Up here, you can see your total balance is 0.0202
Yep.
Bitcoin. Your available balance is only 0142 because you have a trade in play.
Yep.
It's the 202 minus the value of this trade, and that's what you get for your available. Now, 100 contracts, bought at this price, on a 10-to-1 leverage like you are.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you 0.0039 Bitcoin is going to be used up for this trade.
Okay, so you can go to you go up to 500 bloody contracts.
Yeah, like on 0.02, this is you could probably do 700 or 800 contracts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
You use up all of your balance. I mean, I never use up all of my balance on one trade.
No.
I suppose you could. There's no reason not if you're pretty happy with that trade. I just tend to play around the field, play the field a little bit more. Bit of a player, you know.
Yep.
But this might be interesting though, and you've got to be careful doing this if you're not in profit yet. But you're in profit, so this isn't going to affect it at all. You're at 10-to-1 leverage.
Yep.
And so you're putting up, 0039 Bitcoin for that trade.
Yep.
So if you didn't put a stop loss in and the market went completely the wrong way on you, you could possibly lose that much.
Okay.
Okay. But the market would have to move. See the bottom of that black box I just brought up? The market would have to move down to $345.50.
Yep.
Which is, a lot further.
It's way a hell down.
It's a long way down, but if it did go to there and you didn't have that stop loss, that's what you could lose.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it's great. I love it. It's all segmented. They call it isolated trading. What you got to be careful not to do, though, is, and check this before or just after you place a trade or whatever, but if you've got it clicked there, it's actually what they call cross leverage trading. Now, it's not isolated trading now, so if the market goes bad, you could potentially blow your whole account.
Oh,
if it went far enough, So, but we're on 10-to-1. I pretty much always start my trades on 10-to-1.
Yep.
And once I get to this situation where I've got my stop loss above that line, then I can increase the leverage. So remember that at 10 times leverage, this is how much you have at risk, 39. When I bump it up to 50, now I've only got, instead of 0039, I've got 0013 Bitcoin at risk.
So you got more at risk?
No, a lot less.
Okay.
Okay, so you've still got 200 contracts and you're still making the same amount of money as the market moves up, but you're only actually allocating a much smaller amount, or 1/5 of the amount to the trade.
Okay.
So there's really only two reasons to increase that leverage like I just did.
Yep.
One, as you can, back on 10-to-1, that's on 39. Your available balance is 126. Now we'll go to 50 times leverage.
Yeah.
Again. Now you've got 186 available. So you've got an extra 005 available.
And I've also noticed there it's pushed your ROE goes up a hell of a lot more too.
Okay, that's probably the only other vain reason for doing it is because it makes your return on equity look a lot better.
So now's the time to trade it out.
Not really. You haven't made any more money.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
I see.
back on 10 to 1,
Yeah.
your profit is worked out on 0.069.
Yep.
On
Okay.
50 to 1, it's worked out on the 1.3.
Right.
But I mean, you can do whatever you like with your leverage there now because you've got that stop loss in place. So, you really don't have any money at risk.
Yep. Okay.
The other thing here we'll have a quick look at. Well, we've got a nice profit trade running. I'm just not sure what these are for. These negative ones. It's just all a bit different because it's a demo model, I guess. But
yeah, it could be. So basically now I've taken out two take profit lines. Will one still cut out and the other one keep going?
just let me bring this back up. Where is your take profit line hiding? Okay, so you take profit there for 100 contracts.
Yeah, that was the original one. When you reckon it was a bit too high the other day and to take out another one a bit lower.
And I can't see a second one anyway.
No, well, this is where I got confused. I couldn't find it myself, so I don't know whether I took it out or not, but it says I have 200 contracts out, so there you go.
Yeah, you got 200 contracts there.
Yeah.
But you've only put in a take profit for 100 and you've only put in a stop limit for 100.
Okay, so you got to, okay.
Because
but when I took out the second lot of 100, which took me up to 200, I put a take profit line in there somewhere, but it seems to have disappeared. That's the part that's got me confused.
Oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Mine has these two boxes all together. That's what I was looking for here. So, all right. So that makes more sense. This is what I was going to show you before. As you increase your profit, you've only got 0.13 at risk, like we were saying, but
yeah,
you've currently in 0.0. That changes when you put your cursor on. But 0.003 Bitcoin profit, which is just added into that. So you can see that go up as you make profit. And yeah, I think it really looks to me like the figures on this demo account are a bit different to
the live account.
Yeah, because like this is saying you're in 32% profit, 25% profit, but you've made no profit from that. I know why that is, because you've only taken out a tiny little contract,
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't know how much. That's where I was asking how much 100 contracts is worth against your balance, because I didn't know how much of my balance I'd use up. Yeah, okay.
No, and if we have a look here where it says stops, I'll come back to that question, but where it says stops,
where are you?
have a look here.
Oh, yeah.
you've got a take profit for 100 on your Ethereum trade.
Yep.
And a stop limit.
Yep.
I like to use the take profit market, not the limit ones, and the stop market.
Okay.
Let me just come back up and show you why. Now, on the stop market, which is there,
Yeah.
all you need to do is put in the price that you want it to close out at.
Yeah.
Okay. And when it hits that, it's going to close out at market value. If you use the stop limit one,
Yeah.
now you've got to put in the price that you want it to activate at and the price you want it to close at.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Which makes it more confusing as well. But so generally, you know, you'd think you'd have them the same at 388 and this one at 388 as well. So when the price hits 388, it's going to close at 388. The problem with this is if the market's moving really fast, it might trigger at 388, but before it can close them all, the price might have changed significantly and it can't sell them at 388. So if the market's moving quickly, it could go straight past your stop price without closing all your positions.
Right.
So what they on these little orders like, you know, 200, 300, 400 contracts, even 1,000 contracts, I don't think it would ever be a problem. But if you had a really large amount of contracts, it might not all be able to sell at that one value if the market was moving quickly.
Right.
What they do is, you know, you put the stop price in, but then you put the limit price a little bit less, which is what this is sitting at the moment, just so it's much easier. I mean, you're going to sell for a bit cheaper, but it just assures that they will actually get sold then. But at market value, it's just going to close them, you know. It might,
Yep.
at market value, you have, you know, if the market hits 388.65, it's going to close your position at whatever the market value is, which most of the time will be 388.65. But if the market's moving really fast, you know, some might close at this and some may close a bit higher or lower. But at least on the stock market, you know they are all going to get closed.
Okay, so it's just as easy to set it on the stock market, because I did try that last week sometime and I got really mucked up. I didn't know what I was doing.
The stock market is easier because you've only got to enter how many contracts,
yeah,
and what value you want it to trigger at.
That's the stop price you want it to.
That's the stop loss. Yeah, that's the
stop loss.
Stock market is stop loss.
Okay, on market.
On market, it means they're all going to close at whatever the market value is. So the stop loss is going to trigger when the market reaches 388.65.
Yeah.
And it's going to close all the trades as quickly as it can, no matter what the price is.
Okay.
Like unless you've got a really large number of contracts you're trying to close out, I think they're pretty much always just going to close out at this exact value. But the problem is if you weren't using the market one and the market goes against you, there's the possibility that maybe only half of your contracts sell and the rest miss that stop price. And then it can just keep going and get you into trouble. So I don't like the potential of that.
Right.
See, on the Forex markets, you don't have to think about that because there's, what is it, $7 trillion a day going through the markets. There's enough volume that you're never ever going to have an issue with our sized accounts.
So if I'm setting up again, I go to the market, not the limit.
Yeah, just do everything on market. Do limits when you're placing the orders if you can, because it saves you a fee. But I just use stop markets. The fees aren't enough to worry about, I don't think.
Okay. So you set your buys or your sells on the limit, and then you go to stop market to do the rest.
Yep. So you do stop market for your stop loss.
Yep.
And take profit market for your take profit.
Okay. So it's the same thing basically. You still do it the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, anyway, what we're talking about before, see, you've just got one stop loss and one take profit for your Ethereum USD trade.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what happened to the second one you're talking about? I've got no idea because it's not here.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's why I can't understand why it's got 200 there when I originally only did 100.
It did 100, but then you said you took out an extra one.
Well, I did take out an extra one to do another take profit line, but it didn't work.
Oh, okay. So what you've done is you've just taken out another 100 contracts.
All right.
And you got to
So
be.
how do you set?
You got to be careful of which one of these you clicked on. Otherwise, you're going to take out a limit order, take out more contracts, or put a place stop loss.
So how do you set your second take profit line?
All right. Let me whack one in for you.
Yeah.
Just trying to find the first.
Oh, yeah, still you're on 15 minutes too, of course.
Okay. I just thought I'd scroll down. Okay, there's your one you've got.
Yeah.
So whatever, let's just put one down here. We'll put one about there. That way it might hit it and you can see it work, I guess.
Okay, I did try originally to set the second one at 394.70.
Well, it's pretty close, 394.10.
Yep, okay.
Okay, so you've already got one take profit for 100.
Yep.
We're going to do another one for 100 to make a total of your 200 contracts. And what did we say? 94. So we'll put in to do it at 394. And it's a buy stop because the market will be moving up when it hits it.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't let you hit sell stop anyway because it won't let you. So then we just click that. Click buy or okay, whatever it means. Don't worry about that because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, okay, because I basically did that before and it didn't bloody work, and you do it and it does work. Okay.
I just stuffed it up because I put a stop loss in you. That's why you got that message. So hang on, we need to go to take profit market. 100 contracts, 394, take profit. That's going to sell something. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so you've got your second take profit now.
Okay, and you did that on the market one?
Yeah, take profit market.
Yeah, okay.
The other thing you can do too is you can edit your trades once you've placed them, which is very handy for what we're doing right now. Because you've only got 100 contracts with the stop loss,
yeah,
we can come down here on your stops tab, find your stop limit for your Ethereum USD, and you can click on that pencil icon, and then we can change it to 200 and click the tick. So now your stop, let me zoom out a bit more again. So now your stop limit is for 200 contracts now.
Okay.
So we just doubled the amount.
Good. And we just let it ride until it hits it.
Yep. Let's see how your Tron's going. Okay, you got to take profit for now. You've nearly hit your take profit.
Okay.
So you've got 50 contracts. You put in a stop loss, and you know you're very close to hitting your take profit there.
Okay.
And what you can do, which is they're pretty good charts. These are almost, they've obviously sort of copied the trading view charts a bit. Many similar features. So you can grab this little ruler here, and you can come over here to where your trade is, and you can just go away. So you can click where your trade opened, come down to where. See, so that'll be a 4.28% profit multiplied by 10 times leverage. So if you hit that, it'll be a 42% profit.
Okay.
At the moment, it's 3.37, so 33% profit at the moment. Well, it says 30, but I guess there's fees involved. But
So if you wanted to close it out there, how do you do it, or don't you just let it ride?
you can easily close it out, or you could, or we might as well now. We can grab your stop loss and put it down here in a profit.
Yeah.
So that put it there and you'd be safe. But if you're worried that the market was about to turn around, you could put your stop loss right there.
Okay.
And potentially the market could keep going and hit your take profit, or if it retraced a bit, you'd hit that one and take a decent profit anyway.
Okay.
And so this is the tool they were using the other night on TradingView. So if you're doing a short or a sell order, you select this one, or a buy or a long, you do that one. So we click here. We just click where the trade was open, which is there.
Yeah. Oh, this is what I was going to ask you about too. How do you decipher this red and green? This green and red box.
Yeah. So I don't know where you had your stop loss originally now, but let's say you had it there.
Yeah.
You drag the green down to where your take profit is. So that makes your risk to reward ratio 4.19.
Right.
Which is great. Like really anything over 2 is really good. 1.5 enough probably. So that's all that is.
Okay. So it just tells you what your profit can be if it hits it.
Yeah. That's
okay.
What you would do is you would sort of use that tool, the green and red box tool, to sort of help you decide where you wanted to put the take profit and stop loss. I mean, the stop loss and take profit, well, the stop loss has got to go where it's got to go. You can't put it too close. You've got to have a look at where the next level of resistance is and put it above that. So I forget where you had your stop loss, but this is where your trade is. You took it out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Wherever you were. I don't know where the market was when that happened, but was it about here, was it? All right,
I'm not real sure now.
When did you take it out?
Sometime this afternoon or some stage, because I thought the other one might have traded itself out, and I thought, well, I better have one on the table, even if I don't do any good with it.
You're trading addict. But yeah, okay, so that's fine. You've taken the trade out there anyway.
Yeah.
So then, I think you took it out here. So then you'd want to have a look at where the next highest high was, which let's say that's there.
Right.
And, have your stop loss just above that.
Yeah.
The reason being is that you can see the market's going down. You've got a high, you've got a low, you've got a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. So the market's trending down. If the market was to suddenly go higher than this, your market structures change. So you're not getting lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. All of a sudden you've got a higher high.
Yeah.
Now, if the market was to go up there, that would mean that whatever your plan was, which was to do exactly what happened for the market to come down, that didn't play out. So that's when you can it. You don't let the market go there and then go, oh, let's just hope it comes back down. Once it gets to there, it means that you haven't made the trade. It hasn't worked. So you minimise that loss there. But still, looking at that.
Because I started that on a 4-hour chart too.
Yeah, I'm just on 50. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter what you're on once you place a trade, but yeah, so it's still obviously a good trade. It's going well, except it's retracing a bit on you there now, but see what happens.
Yeah.
That was a good drop to set last year. The other thing that you were asking me, which we'll go through now, is they've just brought out Chainlink and the Tezos ones. They weren't there before. And the Chainlink and the Tezos charts for bitmex aren't on TradingView yet. But anyway, we'll click on Ethereum. and you're using the perpetual contract, which is this one here.
Yeah, okay.
Which is FUSD. So you're just trading Ethereum against the US dollar.
Right.
And you scroll down the bottom on the left, contract value is 0.0003 Bitcoin. So if you have 100 contracts, it's 0.03 Bitcoin you're going to use.
Right. So you've got plenty to play with.
Yeah, that's the contract value. That's not how much money you've got to put up for the trade.
No.
So you can actually buy a lot more contracts than you actually have money for because it's leveraged trading, obviously.
Right.
But that's how you can work out, how many contracts to buy. Because if you go, some of the other ones will be 001 Bitcoin. Some of them, when you're trading Ethereum against Bitcoin, each contract will be the value of 1 Ethereum. So depending on what you're trading, that will be a bit different. And this is how you select those different ones. So at the moment, you're doing the perpetual contracts, which means you get charged a little minuscule fee. I'm not sure exactly. It's like every 8 or 10 hours or 12 hours. It must change a little bit, I think. There's a little tiny fee. So if you're only doing a couple of days trade, that's the one you want to do. If you're going to place a long-term trade and you're thinking, all right, the market's really low, I'm going to buy now, but I want to wait maybe 2 or 3 months before I want to get out of this trade, then you want to use one of these other ones. This is all different on the demo too. But this one here is a futures contract, if you've ever heard that term. So this is a perpetual contract because the contract just keeps on going forever, but you get charged a little fee a couple of times a day. This one here, it's the same thing. It's Ethereum against the US dollar, but it's a futures contract and it will expire on the 25th of September.
Okay.
This is another futures contract. It's Ethereum against the US dollar, but it expires on the 25th. So with the futures contracts, you only ever get charged 1 fee.
Yeah.
And that's at the closure of the contract. So when you either sell or when you reach the due date. So you're not getting charged a little bit a couple of times a day. You're only getting charged once, but it is a bigger fee. So it's you'd want to avoid taking out a trade on this one if you were going to close it today or tomorrow, because the fees will be bigger. I mean, I have done, and it's not a huge fee, but you're better off sticking with perpetual ones if you're doing short-term trades. And if we come up here, this one is a futures contract, but it's Ethereum against Bitcoin, XBT.
Okay.
So XBT is a derivative of Bitcoin. That's just basically what bitmex call Bitcoin.
Yep.
That's a bit confusing too. And this is another futures contract, but it expires in December, and it's against Bitcoin as well.
I can't see that one because you got your face in the way.
No worries. Well, so on the Ethereum USD one, you can see the value of Ethereum is 385 or 387.95.
Where are you showing that?
Just the green, just where the market value
is. Yep.
Okay, if we were to click over to one of the Bitcoin futures contracts, come on. Now you can see the market value is 0.03642 Bitcoin.
All right.
Okay, so because it's trading against Bitcoin, the value is in Bitcoin, not in
USD.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll put it back on there so you're not confused. I think that's covered all the questions so far.
Yeah, I think so. So I just let it ride now so it either stops me out or gives me a good profit.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I tend to, when I've got a nice trade that's in big profit or decent profit, not only, I mean, it's good to have a couple of different take profits, But sometimes I even split the stop losses up. So I'll put a second stop loss in here
Okay.
and just manually tag that along behind. I haven't used the trailing stop function yet. I had a look at how it works. It doesn't look too tricky, but I haven't used it yet. But yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
obviously on account, then you scroll down, it lists all the trades that you've made.
Most of them have been bloody losses, but yeah.
Yeah, not real money, so it doesn't matter. But
no, well, that's when I didn't have this little chart in front of me to see what the sport and resistance and things were doing. I was just taking a stab at it. I'm trying to learn how to use the actual platform itself.
yeah, that's it.
Good. Now I've hogged all the time. Somebody else might have some questions.
Maybe. Sure, they would have interrupted us though, if they were important.
Good.
And that's pretty good, Rod. You got 2 trades in, and they're both in good profit.
Good.
Hmm.
And I guess if you can't work out where the trend lines and that go, you don't touch it.
Yeah, if you don't see a good opportunity, sometimes that's all the different training we've looked at. If there's no clear indication of a good place to put a trade, obviously you don't place one. Sometimes you can see a wedge forming, but you might have to watch it for a couple more days until it gets down to the apex and breaks out one way or the other before you know which way to place a trade. You can take a guess, and sometimes that pays off as long as you have a stop loss in there to minimise the loss. But if you wait until you get confirmation that it's breaking out one way or the other, then you're on a much more sure thing.
Yeah, well, actually, I did set up Tron last night, but I didn't take a trade until I saw it come down through that trend line.
Yep.
Rod, are you doing the MBA course?
Not yet. What I'm thinking of doing, Jan, is getting confidence in how to use this bitmex platform and do a fair bit on the demo and learn as much as I can on the demo. And when I feel confident enough to go into live trading, I might then join MBA and get a bit more info out of it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're coming on well.
Well, it's only because of Wednesday night when they helped us understand some of these trend lines and support and resistance. And I also been watching quite a bit of stuff from Teo Rayner or somebody, little Japanese guy, and he explained things very, very well. And I've picked up a bit of info from him.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no shortage of places to get info. I guess it's just a matter of finding someone that's good and somebody that you can relate to, because someone that you can learn from, that I can learn from, it might not suit you, So, but there's plenty of people out there wanting to throw their 2 cents worth in about trading, that's for sure.
Because the other day, because this Rayner guy sends you emails every now and again with some new videos on it. And the other day he sent me an email, and I clicked on it, and it was all about how to use the time zone, or the daily 1 minute daily or 4 hourly, and what it all sort of means. It helped me click along, wake up a bit to what that was about.
Cool. I thought I'd just share this screen because it looks pretty nice. So, just talking about trend lines and market structure, I've got my trend line drawn in up here, and you can see it's a very definite, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, all the way up here. And then all of a sudden, we've just got a high. It didn't go higher again. It's pretty much the same. So it's just another high. So it's like a double tap. And then it's come down, and not coincidentally, straight after that, it's just busted through that trend line and come down. Now, I could have done better. What you sort of get taught to do is when it busts through, you wait for it to retest, and hopefully it comes down and comes back up, and then starts working its way in a trend downwards like that. But what I did is it went bang, bang, bang. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on getting a trade in here. So I slapped one trade in there. And then when the market came down, when it came back up again, I decided it was a good opportunity to get a bit more in. So I put in another trade there as well. That's why I got 2 yellow lines. And I had another limit order set right up here, which this line was powering up. And so I moved it up a bit further and ended up missing out on it. That's what happens when you play games and chase trades. But you can see how, there was a definite obvious uptrend. All of a sudden, when the market turned around here and it wasn't it wasn't higher than this high, that was a reason to take note. And then the very next thing that happened was it busted through that trend line. So you've got market structures change, busted the trend line. That's a pretty good confirmation that the market's going to start, it's not going to trend up anymore, that's obvious, and hopefully trend down. So that's where I placed my trade, and it's working out quite well.
So how do you put that writing in there, Les?
Show you in a sec. And so if I click on my trade and come down, the market's made it down that far, which is 7.5%. Now, this particular pair only lets you do 5-to-1 leverage, so that's the 35% profit so far. But this pair here, it can move 30%. It's done it a couple of times now. But still all good. Put writing on, you just click on the writing symbol here.
See, I can't. That doesn't seem to be on my demo. Okay.
You don't have a demo. You don't get a demo.
When I'm doing bitmex, I can't find that writing tool.
No, this is bitmex. This is TradingView.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I always think as bitmex working on TradingView. Yeah. Okay.
They look similar, yeah. But there's a lot more tools on TradingView, and then you can just do text. You can. So just the text is here where I've written short.
Yeah.
This call out, that's just how I've done that one.
Yeah.
You can do arrows, all the different stuff.
Okay.
Oops. But yeah.
So Les, if you go back to that one you've just had in TradingView again, how do you know that bottom one, I mean, I can see now it isn't because it's carrying on trending down, but it almost looks like another double bottom there, or whatever you call it, at the bottom.
Just here.
You see where, yeah, that could potentially have carried on then going the other way, couldn't it? And that green line could have carried on trending up, couldn't it?
All right, so I need to get a little technical now. Let me just get rid of this. I mean, as you're obviously well aware, you can never be sure.
No. I'm just
almost always you'll see the market. It never just goes up. It goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like exactly like this is done here. And that's why the higher highs and higher lows, are the way they look at determining, the trend, the market, that's trending up. And when that stops, which is what happened here, is an indication that it could have come down here and then bounced and gone higher again. But that's take notice, busts through, and as you said, that's like a double bottom. So when I took out these trades, it came straight into profit. I thought, oh, that's good. But then it came back up again and hit it. So there was like a line of support there as well.
Yeah,
I had a bit of trouble busting through that. But what they use is this tool here, which is called the Fibonacci retracement tool.
Oh, okay. That's that one with the levels that they used, didn't they?
Yeah, so I'll just quickly go through this a little bit. But to use it, you click it on the start of the trend or the start of the drop, which is there.
Yeah.
And then you bring it down. I'm bringing it down to even with the lowest point here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'll click it there. Now this is the first drop and rise of the downtrend. We're hoping it's a downtrend anyway. So you don't have too much past to look at. We don't have any, but if you have a look at these things here, you've got 23%, 38%, 50 and 61. Now, how we're saying the market goes up, down, up, down. So the market goes, it goes up strongly, retraces a bit. Goes up strongly, retraces a bit, which is the normal zigzagging pattern. So this tool here is to help you determine how far you can expect this little zigzag to go before it comes back down again. Now, the most common retracement level is 38%. If it goes through that, 50 is a stronger one, and 61, it could make that. Now, if it goes, market goes higher than the 61.8, it's probably a good indication that the market's changed direction again and is now trending up.
Got you. Okay.
Okay, so you put it in there, and
yeah,
you know, you don't worry until you go past 61. Then you may want to start thinking, maybe I get out of this trade because it's not doing what I want. That'd just be one indication, you know, but you might use that and think, doesn't look good, I'm going to get out. But you can see it didn't make that, and I did. That's why I had the Fibonacci retracement tool there, because, like you said, I saw that double bottom. I saw it was having trouble getting past that, and then it started coming up and up and up. And you know, I thought, well, maybe I'm going to have to get out of this trade, which is fine. You do that. I mean, you never get them all right. I think one of the bigger tricks of trading is knowing when to get out when it's going bad and minimise that loss.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to push your luck to get it back to break even or profit and end up taking a bigger loss. So that's why I had that in there.
Got you.
And so
if you were patient, if you were really, you know, if you wanted to be patient and not have jumped in until after that double bottom,
I would have
you
put
could wait.
I had a limit order at this level ready to go.
Yeah.
But I FOMO'd in because I was scared it was going to drop and I was going to miss the chance. So I threw one in there. But when I do that, I just throw in half of my trade and then try and let the other one come naturally. So that's me taking this trade here was me chasing the trade. If I'd have just left my limit order there, that's waiting for the trade to come to you. That's how they explain it.
Perfect. But if it had gone up and above that top yellow line and then started to come down, the chances are it will carry. So, no, the top one, the 61. Is that 61?
The 61 is the red line,
Yeah. Oh, the red line, is it? What's that yellow line above
that's
there?
Just
what's that?
I've got a limit order ready to go, but
that's you, is it? Right, got you, sorry.
Okay.
But if it had gone even just underneath the one that's the 61 and then come down, that's a good time to place a trade. In effect.
Yeah, as you can see, I had a limit order there ready. If it had made it to that yellow line, would have opened up another trade for me. But didn't quite make it.
No.
So another good way of using this retracement tool is, so now we've measured this one and we've seen how far it's retraced. So it's made it a little bit more than the 50 line, right? Just a little bit more. So now what we want to do is we're going to measure the next one. So we'll put this on the top there and we'll take this one down to the bottom. So you would do this once the market had started retracing again. Now, I don't know that it has yet, but let's assume it's bottomed out here and it's going to start retracing now. Still, like always, no hard and fast rules, but because we had this drop and a retracement to about 52%, we can expect something similar more often than not on this one. So we've had the drop, we can expect a retracement back to about there again, 52% mark. So that's what it, so if I had a stop loss in place, I, you know, after I took this trade, I would have had the stop loss up about here originally.
Yeah.
Now that we've made a new lower high, I could move the stop loss down to about there. And then the next time, if the market retraced to here at 52% and then went down, then I could move the stop loss down to just above that new peak. And then that stop loss would be above my, or below my entry point. So it'd be a no risk trade then. I mean, you don't really need
that.
Pardon?
Sorry, where would you set? if you placed your trade now, where did you choose to put your take profits based on what we see there?
I haven't set a take profit on this one yet. I've just
No,
been watching
that's
it.
what
I
I
was going to
wondered.
put
Yeah.
one in before I went to bed though, but
So I just wondered how you then plot your take profits from.
yeah, similar
that.
sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the market's just shot up here. You know, so there is the potential. Let's use this tool.
Of course, it's still working, isn't it? Because it's over. This is this a This is a bitmex trade, yeah.
No, this is on Binance because they don't have this pair on bitmex,
but it's still trading in effect. It's still live trade, yeah. It's not stopped for the weekend. Yeah.
That's it. So we've just seen this big run up. So really, there is the potential, or this might be a bit greedy, but there is the potential for this trade to ride all the way back down to this level of support here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that would be my big goal, would be to ride it all the way to here. Well, probably further, but you can see this red line is a serious line of support. So, you know, that would be the best that you could realistically expect. You could get lucky and it could just keep dumping, but that's probably where you'd put your end stop loss, take profit.
Yeah.
I'd probably would also, you know, try and pick another one of these levels here somewhere to put you know, take some profit there, take some profit there, and take the rest if it made it to here. And then also tag those stop losses behind to protect that capital. But if we have a look at this, my original stop loss was there, just above the peak, and the potential is for it to run all the way, you know, so that the line of support there, I like to put my take profits a little bit closer, just because there'd be nothing worse.
It doesn't hit it,
just not quite making it. But let me just move it across so we can see it. So the risk to reward's 4.3, so it's really good. But now I would have moved my stop loss down to there now. Now the risk to reward's almost 10. So, you know, the worst I can lose is, you know, this little bit here, and I can potentially make that much, you know. So this could potentially be a, you know, quite a huge trade for profit-wise.
And then to remove things, are you just going to where you found them and just unclicking them in effect?
Yep.
Is that how
so you just click on it, and then you get this little bin up here.
Yeah.
And if you come to here and you double click on it, then you can edit the writing and the colours and everything.
Got you.
And it's the same with
trading view.
So this line of resistance here, if I just click on it, it brings up this. I could delete it, or I could change the colour. I could change the thickness of the line, etc., etc.
Cool. Thank you. Can you just show us where you got that Fibonacci levels or whatever it's called from?
Just up here, depending on what you used last, I think the default one is it'll show a pitchfork here. But if you bring that one up, the fib retracement level.
Fib retracement, thanks.
Don't ask me what the rest are yet.
No. And is this just all the free version?
Technical enough for me. No, this is the free version.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So there's two reasons I have so far that I'm going to upgrade to the paid version. One is that replay mode, which you don't have on the free model. The other is, if you come over here and have a look at the alerts, so I can doesn't matter what I got there at the moment, but I could set an alert. You know, I might set an alert just here. If the market goes past 3.82, I'm going to get an alert. That alert can be an alert on my computer. So on the trading view itself, it's a high-pitched beep. I I can get, if I've got the TradingView app on my phone, it'll give me a notification on my phone, and or it can send me an email as well. So that's pretty handy. But on the free version, you can only set one alarm at a time. On the paid version, you can, I don't know how many, but multiple alarms all set at once. So the alarms are great. It means you don't have to stare at the chart waiting for it to get to where you want it to be to take a trade or to see what's going to happen. You can set the alarms and it'll beep at you when it's time to have a look. But on the free version, you can only set one. So, like obviously anyone that's trading seriously is trading more than one pair. So you sort of could potentially want to have, at least one alarm set for every pair you're looking at.
So Les, Janet asked me a question the other day because she's been playing with TradingView and she draws up her trend lines and all the rest of it. And then when she comes back to it later, they've all gone. So how can she save them?
It should save them automatically.
I've never had that problem. It just seems to stay there.
They should do. Is she logged into her account? I think you have. I don't think you can access it if you don't.
I guess so.
I couldn't work out how to get your watch list the other day either, Rod, so I don't know what's going on with yours either.
No, I've been playing with that too, and I can't get the watch list to work.
They would have a support somewhere. You could contact support.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it's because I'm on a demo.
You're not on a demo.
Oh, no, of course. Yeah, on your, okay. Yeah.
You're not allowed to mix the two up anymore.
I still tend to, yeah. Oh, that's cleared up a few things, hasn't it?
Cool.
Helpful. Thank you.
Bit more playing.
There's a lot of playing in this trading business.
Thanks for letting us join that call, Les, with MBA.
Oh, they're good.
Really
like those. I mean, you join MBA for the trading course, which is the recorded course and also the live course. But those calls are just another they've tagged on as well. I mean, you've got to have the subscription to access them, but those 3 calls like that a week, that all very similar. You could just watch them and learn trading, couldn't you? With what those boys talked about. As long as you had a little bit of knowledge to start with, you could learn a lot. Just watching those guys do that every night, you can't help but learn.
Is that the sort of time they run? At that 7? Was it 7 o'clock?
Really, all of their live calls at that time.
All right.
Within an hour of that time. Yeah. How's that suit you?
Yeah, it's good because it's good like 10 a.m. Yeah.
But they keep pretty busy. Like when they're doing the live course goes over about 3 or 4 weeks. Then they have a month off and then they start another one. So they're starting another one at the start of October. So I haven't done the live course yet. But the live course is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night each week. But they also do Monday, Wednesday and Friday every week, which is the calls you were on the other night. So, they're doing 6 or 7 live calls every week. So they earn their keep pretty well.
So when you go on to your October course, you'll have 2 calls on a Monday?
Yeah, probably won't go on both.
Yeah. No.
I mean, when you're new, which I guess we all are really in the grand scheme of things, the calls like the other night are really good because you can, just take their advice and play some trades. And I've seen a lot of people promoting MBA just on that, just basically on awesome crypto trading signals. Don't even really talk about the training. But so when you're starting out, it's good. You can get those signals, let's call them, or advice and help like that, place some trades. And really, you don't need many trades to come good for you to make your subscription cost anyway. But I think the idea, well, that would be MBA's idea anyway, but it really should be all about learning to trade yourself so you don't need advice. But also in the community and a couple of the Facebook groups I'm in because of it, one of them's a group that you guys could join anyway, because it's not really anything to do. It's the same guys, but it's not the MBA group. And people there's a few idiots in there, but there's a lot of knowledgeable crypto and trading people in there, and they'll just post, a bit of a screenshot about something that's looking like it might be going to be a good trade shortly. And as long as you know a little bit yourself, you can jump on and you can and chart it up yourself and place a trade. And the beauty for me there is that if it's a pair that I've never looked at or haven't really been following, it'll be like a bit of a tap on the shoulder. Have a look at this, so you can go and have a look, and then you can make your own decision. Plus, if you have a look in the comments of that post, they usually quite often do a screenshot of how they've drawn it up. A whole heap of people will comment as well, so you can go through the comments and you can pick out. You don't have to take the author's idea, or you don't have to take what he said for gospel. You can go through the comments, and like most big groups, there'll be people saying you're an idiot, they don't want to talk about, people agreeing with him. So if everyone's agreeing, it's probably a pretty good idea to take that advice, I guess.
So is the best time to join an MBA course, is it best at the start of the month from what you're saying? Is that when they start every time again?
I don't know. I just joined because I wanted to join, but my plan is to, before the next live course starts, I want to get through the recorded course. And then I'll do the live course, and hopefully, Rod, they won't be able to tear me to shreds as much as they like to. But then when you're doing live one-on-one with the guys 3 times a week, at least you'll have a bit of knowledge behind you, so you'll be able to pick it up quickly. And so, I mean, the course is designed to start from scratch. So if you wanted to join right when the next live course was starting, you could do that. But for me, I pick it up from the recorded course pretty well. Up to whatever you like, I guess.
And then they go through what you've seen on those recorded calls, in effect, in more detail, or answer questions live.
They do. Like the recorded course is basically like 2 courses ago. And so when the new ones have just finished a course, so they're probably going to scrap the recorded one and just put them ones in its place, so they're fresh and newer ones all the time. But it's the same course they do over and over and over again. It's just when you do the live course, they'll teach you about, one of the first courses is just support and resistance. They'll teach you all about that. And then they'll say, okay, tonight, guys, pick a chart, draw in your daily and your 4-hour and your 1-hour support and resistance lines. Label them. So you've got to be able to understand what support and resistance is on the different time frames. You've got to need to know TradingView enough that you can actually draw those lines and label them. And so you do that after the call. You do that, you screenshot it, and you send it into them. And then they'll give you feedback on it, like, nah, you put this in the wrong place, or you don't really understand. Then they'll explain it to you. So really.
Oh wow. Okay.
That way.
So it's really interesting.
You can't get, like, you can watch a recording and just get the wrong idea yourself and go off thinking you understood it, but you're on the wrong track. At least with somebody checking your homework.
I was going to say you've got homework. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is, homework. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
They also you don't have to purchase it. I haven't. I might do though, and I don't know how much it costs. But it's their trading Bible, so it's like it's got all the candles. Just each page is a different type of candle. Just a quick reference. Same for different continuation patterns, all your flags and all your different, like Rod shared. There's pages on that, and then there's pages in it for you to do your homework and notes as well. But you don't have to have that, but that's just an optional extra you can purchase to go with it all. And they've just suggested that if they did a pack, which is the trading Bible and a big comfy leather chair to go with it, would anyone be interested? So it's a big black gamer's chair, padded computer chair, but the high back with the MBA symbol on it and everything.
Oh, cool.
I think that'll be more expensive though.
I think so. Food for thought. Thank you.
Sounds great, doesn't it, Diane? I do want to do it, but I'll just get a bit of basic information up my sleeve first.
Well, you might as well go through the Avoria Prime trading.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong at all with the Avoria Prime trading. It's all good foundation.
I'm up. Yeah, I'm getting through it. I'm pushing myself a bit more now. I want to hurry up and get through that, and I'm going to give MBA a go.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the training's the same. It's just more focused on the crypto side of things, and it also goes further than the MBA trading. And Daisy Duncan's training probably is similar in the higher advanced levels, which we don't have access to at the moment. But
Yeah, how do those higher levels go, Les, with the Avoria Prime? I must email them and ask them. There's 27 lessons, but do you pay for those?
Well, apparently we were meant to pay for the higher levels, but I'm not sure how it's all ended up. I think they've become focused on bringing out the new softwares and integrating all of that. So, but yeah, shoot support a message and find out for us.
I will.
You can be our guinea pig.
Yeah, okay. They can only tell me nothing. Yeah, no, I like the idea of MBA and the live classes and them checking you, and I just see this as a tool for the rest of your life. You can use it or you don't use it. When you want money, you use it. And,
becoming a good trader is obviously got huge benefits, and you know it's a skill to last you for the rest of your life and all of that.
Well, I think we'll be pretty locked down for a while. Everyone's got to stay at home mostly.
Could be a while before we go and visit Diane, that's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so we may as well all get some trading up our sleeves while we're at home.
We've got, out of our whole country, Diane, we've got one state, one of our smaller states, which is fully locked down. They're only allowed out 1 hour a day. So they're in full lockdown. But the rest of the country's pretty much free to do whatever they want as long as they don't leave the state.
Oh wow!
So that's
Just
that one. I got a friend of mine he's lived in Thailand for a long time, but he came home and he used to live on the Gold Coast in Queensland for a long time, but his parents live in Victoria. So when he came back, he went down to visit them and got stuck there.
Oh no!
At least he's with his parents. I've got some other friends that they live in Brisbane, and their parents live in New South Wales. I bet just about a 4-hour drive away. But you know, can't visit their parents, you know. And
so things started to peak for you again.
Only in Victoria, in that one.
Victoria.
Right. Other than that, it's all pretty good.
I see it's starting to get worse in the UK, Diane.
Yeah, they've got this like R rate they keep talking about, which has gone above 1 again for us last week, and they're talking about
ratio.
Yeah, no, it's not that. And they're potentially going to lock down Birmingham, which is like one of our second biggest city, and the Prime Minister came on last week and said that we can't now mix with people like more than 6 in one go in a house.